Just a tip. We're back.
Oh, I know y'all missed us.
Oh.
I know y'all missed us.
I don't know if I missed y'all.
Shut up, bro. You know you missed us too. Can we cue "Welcome Back" by Mace right now? That'd be great.
Oh, my
Welcome back.
Hold the Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy verses allowed. Just Mace. He's a pastor now. Hallelujah.
And no, he's not even a pastor anymore.
No?
No, he's a host of that podcast with Cameron.
Everybody's a podcast host.
Yeah. Now their podcast is actually kind of cool. It's more as a they have it set up like if it was like a CNN type of broadcast. Like they have like a whole like desk and everything with
What?
with the they have it like kind of like a sports center type of thing. Like it's like the camera is just one camera.
CNN Sports Center.
You know what I mean? Like you know how like when
Newscaster type of deal,
newscaster, yeah.
Right, okay,
Sorry,
okay.
thank
All
you.
right,
My
all
bad.
right, all right.
Newscaster.
It's like an
Yeah.
anchor type deal. Right?
Anchor type deal. Yeah.
Okay.
They have it set up like an
We'll
anchor
get there,
type deal.
guys. We'll get
Didn't
there.
they have something like was it against like the podcast that what's his name? The other guy, the other rapper that does a podcast.
There's a few rappers. that
I
do
know.
There's a lot of rappers.
A few moments later.
Wait, hold on. So let's get to it.
Yeah, we're gonna
forget
go
those
down the-
podcasts. Let's talk about this one.
All right, as we loop back from this one, guys. Just a Tip DJ podcast with
There
your
it
boy.
is. I missed that. I missed
hate
that a lot.
All right, let's do that again. Just a Tip DJ podcast with your boy DJ Dez, my co-host DJ Ricky Rico,
What's up? Good to be back, guys.
and DJ Netix.
What's happening?
Fellas, it's been a long time. Episode 9 has a long break in between 8. So I'm glad that we're here. I am glad that we're here.
There was a writer's strike, but we're all right. We're back.
Some tariffs.
Damn tariffs. But we're back. We made it through, baby. We made it through.
Yes, we made it through. Through it all of a long 6 months of a hiatus that we had.
Yeah.
We're here for episode 9. We got a lot to talk about.
Let's get to it.
Get it.
So first, it's going to be about Serato. We got a few things about Serato, guys.
Oh, yeah. Big changes.
So the latest update, as you guys know, I just upgraded to 3.30, and on that update is Apple Music is now integrated with Serato DJ.
Doozy.
But not only because we use Serato DJ,
Right.
it also is integrated with Rekordbox, Algorithm DJ as well.
All of them.
Wait, so all of them across?
All of them across. Even Virtual DJ now is.
Whoa.
Mhm.
So this
Yeah.
this sounds like more of an Apple move as well. Like
It's an
Apple
Apple
got
move.
on board with that big time.
Yeah, they got
Okay, all right.
and where I think where they got it, because I watched an interview a few times with Scratch Bastard, and the way that he said it, he was like, "Oh yeah, Apple hired me to do a bunch of playlists." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They're hiring DJs to play playlists." And he's like, "Yeah, I can't wait for what's coming next. I can't say much." And I'm like,
There it is. Yeah,
This
makes
was it.
sense.
Okay, it
DJ
makes
curated
sense.
playlists. Yep.
DJ Curb, yeah.
Yep.
So
Puffy was doing playlists too.
yeah, Puffy was doing it
There's
too.
a lot of
Jazzy
DJs
Jeff,
yeah, there's
you
a lot
know,
of that.
really all the Red Bull guys,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
But the way that they have it, it's $10.99. It's your Apple Music subscription, which is great. So you can create your playlist right from your phone, just in your bed. You know,
That's
which is,
major, man.
You know,
That's major.
I think for the difference between Tidal and Apple Music, there's 100 million songs on Apple Music, which I don't know how many songs are on Tidal, but if you really look at it, iTunes, Apple Music has been around since Napster.
Right.
Just to say
That's the OG.
25 years
Yeah.
and beyond of just collecting music.
I want to bring up two things to you since you're on that note.
Yep.
All right. And same to you, Netix. All right. So this is phenomenal, right? Especially for guys who are in the private wedding sector like
Exactly.
myself. The playlist, I can type in 80s wedding party and it's there. Boom.
Yeah.
Right. Here's my eyebrow raiser, right? So I'm a Spotify user. This is obviously changing my mind now, you
Yeah.
know? Because I've been on Spotify this whole time. It's always been the debate, almost like an Android versus Apple type situation, using Spotify, using Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I do like about Spotify that I don't like about Apple Music. Spotify has clean libraries and indicates to you with a little explicit symbol at the bottom,
A little E.
a little E at the bottom,
Yeah.
if it's a dirty song or not.
Yeah.
Apple Music does not. So
They
if
don't. They don't have an E. I swear, I thought they have an E.
Some of them, I believe, it says explicit, but it doesn't
but it
have
doesn't
like a
indicate
symbol.
right. It doesn't
Right.
indicate it. So let's say I'm DJing
That's-
off of
okay.
my Apple Music library,
Yeah.
right? And it's a corporate event, and I want to grab some music that I don't know all the time if it's going to be clean or not.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's like the one thing. I hope that they do update that from an Apple Music perspective, especially if they're going to be catering to DJs, because let's face it, a lot of the times if you're on radio, corporate, whatever it is, you need both versions, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I do like about Spotify is they usually most of the time upload both versions of any track for you to use, at least on that detail. And so that's like the one thing, again.
Now, do you guys see it happening that they're gonna allow, for example, special type of edits of the songs into Apple Music to cater to the DJs? And why I'm saying that is, for example, you have Spotify, Apple Music,
Right.
but then you have also Tidal, then you have SoundCloud that you can also integrate it with Serato, and then you have BeatSource.
So those are all the streamers.
Right. So BeatSource, you have the intros, you have the all the special edits, special remixes. Now, do you guys think that it will get to a point that Apple Music will be like, okay, since you guys are already curating playlists,
I think so.
why
They're-
don't you guys come up and start inputting your?
They already it's like you had brought up, Des, that they were already having DJs beta test playlists
Yeah.
already before they dropped this. So if they're going that route, I don't see why eventually they will start allowing DJs or producers or whatever the case is to start uploading edits
Yeah.
or maybe intros, right? Things like of that nature. Because there's some of that on Spotify.
Yeah.
You can put that on Spotify. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen DJs put up their own edits on Spotify.
Until the whole copyright thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so, right. But until that algorithm catches that, they can put those things up and of that nature and whatever. But
Yeah.
And Stems is still not.
So what's going on is, so it says the wait is over. Serato now is seamlessly integrated with Apple Music, giving DJs instant access to over 100 million tracks. No more endless crate digging or time-consuming downloads.
That's it right there.
Just search, load, play anytime, anywhere.
That's it right there.
With this integration, music for DJs is more accessible than ever. Building set lists is faster, discovering new sounds is effortless, and your focus stays where it should be, on creating unforgettable sets. Whether you're getting started, lighting up a party, or headlining a packed club, Apple Music in Serato DJ puts one of the world's largest music libraries right at your fingertips. So, and it says now DJs can spend less time managing files, more time pushing creative in their sets. From curated playlists to hidden gems, crowd favorites, these seamless connections ensure your sets remain fresh, dynamic, and limitless. And that's not all we worked with Apple Music to bring even more tools to help you push your DJing even further.
Yes, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. There's way more coming.
And you can get 1 month free by signing up.
Signing up.
I signed up already.
Are you cutting off Spotify and moving into Apple Music?
Dude,
So what's crazy is I cut off Spotify back in 2022, and that was because I stopped doing weddings. And frankly, there's for the private party wedding guys, there's an app called Vibo, which just went up in price. I think they're now like $175 for the year or something like that, which still isn't bad because it was like 144. So it went up maybe 10%, whatever. But that app was so cool because you can send it to your bride, and then or the wedding party, whatever.
And they
create their playlist, and then Vibo collects all the information, collects all the music, and then puts it in a Dropbox folder
for you,
and then all the music's in the folder.
Oh wow!
It does all the work
in the wedding sector. It does all the work for you,
which is great.
Which is nice. It is nice. There is integration with Spotify on that.
Yeah.
And I believe it should be, or did they not have integration with Apple Music?
I really don't know because I only used it once in a trial.
I know for sure it had
Yeah.
Spotify and YouTube Music.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if Apple was like, nah, we don't want anything to do with that. So I'd have to look into that.
Because that company is based out of the United. It's based outside of the United States.
Yeah. So I think, if I remember correctly, when I was demoing it, right?
Yeah.
It was, they did not allow Apple Music integration, and so for somebody like me who does do a lot of private stuff, I'm at a roadblock right now, man, because I love Spotify, and prior to this, Spotify had way more playlists for any occasion. Literally, you could think of anything and type it in, and they had a playlist for it, right? So the community, I felt like, was a lot more rampant on Spotify. This, though, now Apple's pushing for that more.
Yeah, for the DJ side.
For the DJ side of it,
because
you know what I mean?
Because no matter what, when you buy a new iPhone, they give you Apple Music for like 3 months.
3 months, yeah. Yep.
When you buy iPad or buy a MacBook,
really
whatever,
any product,
they give you any product, they'll give you Apple Music for free. I mean, the thing about Spotify is that when Spotify came out, it was just like you said, it was between Apple and Android. Spotify was actually on Algorithm DJ when Algorithm DJ first started almost 10 years ago. And that app was just an iPad-only app.
Yep.
It didn't have any integration with any controllers, anything like that. And through the years, and then about 2018, 2019, it got cut off. Like they basically cut ties.
That,
That's when BeatSource and Beatport and Tidal came into play and it's replaced. I mean, a lot of people still, I mean, we brought this up last time, but a lot of people still, they don't remember Pulse Locker if you were a Scratch Live guy.
Oh, man, yeah, Pulse Locker.
And that was ahead of its time. I try to tell people this now. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, why are you streaming? Why don't you just download music? Like, and I'm like, it's not that I can't download music. It's for the simple fact that I'm paying for BeatSource right now. And I didn't know this little trick inside Serato. Right next to the search engine, there's a little button, either for BeatSource or for Apple Music. When you click on that button, it searches the whole entire library. I just found this out.
Of like
Tidal has that too, right? That you can
whatever streaming source you're using next to your search bar
searches all of their catalog.
Searches their whole entire catalog. And I was like, how did I not know this? I just found this out just because of this update. Because they're like, oh, just click this button and then you get the whole entire catalog. And I'm like, you're telling me for 4 years, almost 5 years, that I've had BeatSource, and I didn't realize what that button was actually. And I knew the logo. Yeah. But I'm like, I never thought to press it until I saw something for Apple Music. They're like, oh, if you just hit this button, you can search your whole entire library. And I'm like, oh, let me click it for BeatSource. And then like there's songs that I didn't even know that they had. I'm like, oh, this is great. And the one reason why I do use BeatSource is because of the DJ intros and the DJ acapellas and the outs and all the other stuff. So that's a great feature of BeatSource.
The specialty folders.
Yeah, right. And for the $35 a month, it's literally the same thing. If I just went to DJ City or Club Killers or whatever, I'm getting everything that I need right from them because BeatSource is Beatport and DJ City together with their vast record pools of music,
Well, that leads to my next segue question here. Is with all this, I feel like this is not the end of streaming integration.
Oh no, this is we're still in the baby stages.
We're about to see a major shift and change in DJ technology coming the next few years from what we all grew up with, right? Yeah. So, does this spell the death of record pools? Does this, not the death, but does this, if Apple's giving you this, BeatSource is giving you that, is this going to turn into, do you got Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Paramount, what's the other one, Peacock? Like,
I got them all.
Okay. this man's fully loaded. Yeah. I did buy a TV preloaded with all the apps from this man. So, yeah, he do got it all in there. He does. I can vouch for that. Yeah. But, like, do you think, because me personally, record pools are not cheap. I think we all know that. You're talking about $20 to $30 a subscription, right? Yeah. A month. And then you subscribe to multiple if you really do want to dig into that library, right? Yeah. Now, where's the incentive, right? For me to pay that $150, $120 a month for 3 or 4 different record pools, when I could just jump in and I pay $35 for BeatSource and I pay $10 a month for iTunes,
yeah.
I basically have a lot of music there.
I ended up transitioning to that. I canceled most of my record pools and I went just to BeatSource and everything else is just files.
Yeah, and then can't you just like artists upload in BeatSource? They can upload edits and things like that, or through.
Well, the DJs. So like all the DJ City, from what I understand, is all the DJ City remixers and stuff like that. They post most of their stuff on
there.
BeatSource.
Right.
And then a lot of the DJs, like right now, what I've been doing lately is subscribing to a lot of DJs' Patreons. So
okay. Also a great point,
Yeah.
Des. Great point. That was gonna be my next. It's like you're reading my mind right now. It's kind of creepy, but just get out of my head, dog.
You have Patreon, you have Bandcamp.
yeah,
Yeah.
Patreon, Bandcamp, because I subscribe to both.
These editors now, because of either low funds, right? Because I'm not an editor, so I don't know how it works if they get a kickback by downloads.
I think they
or
get some
like,
type of kickback or something like
you
that.
know, whatever the case is. But they're out here editing their ass off, and they're making $6 a month, right? Because maybe their edits are getting love, or maybe other edits are getting more. But then they're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Patreon. I'm gonna go to
You
Bandcamp.
definitely get more financial control of your edits through Patreon and
Correct.
Bandcamp, for
So
sure.
once again,
my
this
whole thing
circles
is
back
who's
to-
paying the royalty rights for all that. That's the other thing.
Okay, we're gonna have to quick it. It's like the FCIC just blanked us out right
There we
now,
go.
bro. They just took us out right now. That's the end of the episode right there. That's
You know,
the logo.
but
So.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've subscribed to about maybe 20 within the past year to help out the homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of their packs, like different DJs. What I've noticed, and the thing is, I'm not a producer. A lot of DJs realize. Well, no, there are DJs who can DJ. There are DJs who can produce and DJ, and then there are producers who can produce but can't DJ.
Okay, I know a couple of guys. Yep.
And I'm the DJ that can't produce because I make the same beat over and over in my head. And I'll have ideas. I'll have like ideas in my head, and I'm like, oh man, this would be
Hit the snare.
Like I have a On the Way by Khalid.
Mm-hmm.
I have it in my head still, and it always comes in my head. For a Jersey Club edit, and I don't know if someone made one.
You're gonna have to.
But in my head, I have it in my head on how
We're
it goes.
gonna have to
But
play
then
this sample on the episode.
But that's what
But
you
then-
know you can create it at any time. Just put a similar key.
Yeah, no, I know that, but here's the
and
thing,
just
though.
demo them out.
Here's the thing, though. So, being a dealer for Serato, I downloaded Serato Studio, and then I downloaded Sampler, and still.
Is that how the key?
That's why I'm
happened?
just a DJ. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not. No, that's just my live blend.
Okay.
Listen, my
One
live
thing is
blends-
one thing.
One thing. This
Well,
one
you
thing.
can always start it that way,
My-
like do live blends,
yeah.
but it's a special.
I know
I
that,
love
but
how
I'm not-
optimistic Netix is. He's such a.
course.
He's like, you
Listen.
guys can produce. I've been doing this forever. You guys can
can't.
do this.
I can't.
Sit in front of the computer, make a beat.
Listen, for
Put that
me,
beat together.
Come on,
listen.
hit the hi hat. You could do it.
I have ideas. There's been times that I've given it to Randy, and I'm like, yo, here's an idea, run with it.
Shout out to
If
Randy.
it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's like I can't produce.
It just takes patience, man. I'm not saying that because I'm a producer. I'm just saying because I know
No,
producers.
yeah. No, and it does, but I don't have the time or patience. Like some of our friends who spend like thousands of dollars on monitors and tables and this. I have enough money in the podcasting equipment that we have here. We're using
and DJ equipment.
and the amount of DJ equipment
And
that I
DJ
still
equipment, yup.
own, and the other things that I have in my life, and I'm just like, I don't
Yep.
think. Like
I don't need more.
Like I thought about getting the Osmos 3, like you have it. I'm like, oh, he has one. Let me see what it looks like after, because I'm thinking about buying one.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need more stuff, and I don't have enough time in the day to really sit there and try to lay it all out. Because I tried, so the few things on how to get away with certain things, because we can't record our DJ sets in our stream, like while we're streaming our sets. So if we're streaming music, you can't record your set.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried recording into Serato Studio, and then that was a pain in the butt. Then I tried recording in the sampler, That was a pain in the butt. And I said, you know what? We're gonna go back
That's
to the
just it.
old high
Patience,
school.
man.
I mean, there's
old-
always like
There's ways.
back
No,
doors
no, I
to
know.
make
I know.
it.
No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, you know what?
Pause.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it to the old college days, the whole radio days, and I brought Audacity back.
Oh,
So
man.
I downloaded
Ooh.
Audacity just so I could record my sets. I recorded about I got about 10 or 15 in the chamber of the sets that I've made, just so I can listen back, so I can understand where I messed up, what I can fix, what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. Like I wish I actually recorded this past Saturday, because that was probably one of my best sets, and I didn't do the hot and Dakiti.
Oh man, I
did not do the hot
really
bikini.
want to hear that edit, man.
I can listen. I can play it for you later.
Yeah, we got.
Wait, since we're already in that subject of recording, have you ever tried like the RCA out into like the Lightning board, Thunderbolt, or USB-C to go
Yeah.
directly, and then you just do the audio?
No, I don't need to do that.
No, so you can have the file as the audio file on your
Pro
phone.
tip, guys, listen up.
No, I don't need to do all that. So in Serato, you can allow any other software to listen to Serato.
But I'm talking about you can't record
Yes, you can.
even when you're streaming.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like
Because it's listening
source?
outside of Serato.
Okay. Now I get what you're saying.
So because it's listening
This
outside
episode,
of
you guys
Serato,
get to learn.
just a tip.
How to go around the system.
There's a lot of tipping going on right now.
Because you can send the audio out to
Yeah.
Twitch or whatever
Lovely.
software that you want.
Lovely.
That's the reason why I'm able to do so. So I don't have to route anything.
Gotcha.
Because I thought about that too. I thought about routing from the back of, because on my 707 I have a zone out. So I can do zone out into the computer, back in, whatever. But I'm like, there's no need for all of that.
Yeah.
When literally just literally click above a button. Just like hit allow, done deal. Until they don't allow us to do that anymore.
Right.
You know.
Speaking of Roland,
Oh, so yeah. So now keep rolling. What's crazy is literally a week or
There's
two
more.
after
There's more,
we
yep.
get another Serato update. And now the Roland SP 404 Mark II is now supported in Serato DJ and Serato Studio, which is crazy.
if you guys didn't know, it's not a controller. It's not a DJ controller,
It's
which
not
is
a
why
DJ
it's crazy.
controller.
Which is why
Sampler,
it's a
yeah.
sampler. Which,
It is a creative sampler and
Yep.
effector.
Yep.
And the Roland SP samplers are bona fide kings of performance-based beat making, celebrated for the distinctive sound and ability to create rapid-fire beats anywhere, anytime.
Yep.
Carefully refined through the community feedback and extensive research and development, the SP 404 Mark II is the ultimate SP sampler. It's faster and better than ever with a vivid OLED display, expressive new pads, expanded effects, liquid sequencing. Man, this
Whole
thing
bunch of
on its
stuff.
own
Whole
is a
bunch of
beast.
stuff. Yeah, a whole bunch of
And
stuff.
then they're like, oh, hey, hold
You
our
can use
beer.
it.
We can use it with Serato. So on 404 day, on April 4th, literally a couple of days ago, 4 days ago, you can MIDI control an USB audio interface for both Serato and Serato DJ in Studio. The 1/4-inch stereo inputs and outputs plus mic guitar line in for the use.
Yeah, that's
It's crazy.
There's a lot of there's a lot.
But you have to have the paid version. But it also works with Serato DJ Lite.
See, that right there is
Which
just
is
nuts.
crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah, that right there, that update got slept on or overlooked, I should say, because of the fact of the whole big Apple Music announcement. But,
Yeah.
But that right there, for those of you beat junkies and big time producer guys, or just like really guys who like to juggle up while they're playing live, you know what I mean? Because I see
Well,
that.
it's just, but it's you don't even have to use it with a controller.
Just that, right,
just
just
that
that
alone.
alone.
It's crazy. And I got a homie that has one, so he's gonna let me borrow it when I come into town on Sunday. So
Play
I'm definitely
around with
gonna, I'm definitely
Awesome.
gonna try it out in this coming up week, and then bring it back to him because I definitely want to see
what that's like.
what it's like in because I think Ease did something on Instagram, a few other DJs did a few things on Instagram. And again, I'm not, like I think for the guys that are like Ease, my boy Keys,
Right, these are beat-centric guys.
Buck Rogers.
I was gonna say, I'm
the
sure
dudes
Buck Rogers.
Yeah,
probably,
like Buck Rogers probably goes sick on
Yeah.
it because I've seen his sequencing on how he does it with the native instruments.
Yeah.
So
I've seen dudes chop it up literally with that controller, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
How they chop the whole entire sequence
song,
up
yeah.
and just turn it into something completely different.
Completely
right there on the
different.
spot. I'm like mind blown by that.
Yeah, and you guys can check out DJ Keys on the DJ Plug on YouTube after this too. When you guys finish the episode, we got an episode with DJ Keys
Hey yo.
DJing. So
Yeah. So there's yeah. For those of you guys, drop in the comments if you guys are sequencer guys. We want to hear from you guys too. If you guys have played around with this, that'd be pretty cool. If you're a DJ watching this, beat maker.
yeah. And are you going to use Apple Music?
And are you going to use and then have you already used Apple Music, and do you see the benefits to this over, and is this going to replace putting hard files on your computer, where you have more streaming than hard files on your computer? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, dude, they got like, even on, just to go back a little bit, like they have right now on the main screen 6 different DJs curated playlists.
See, that was not there. That was not there
Puffy.
before.
They got a slow jams crate, so it's like tracks for your crates.
We're in Apple Music.
Yeah, I mean, Apple Music. They got
and
Latin
Heat.
Heat.
They have
got party starters. They got rhythm and sound. UK classics.
Yeah, those are just the
Club
mains
Cast,
too. Those are
slow
just the
jams.
mains. Yep.
Yo, like, and I mean, granted, everyone knows, Show Me Love and stuff like that. But I mean, we're young. We're younger. We're 90s babies, dude. Like, a lot of these songs came out when we were kids.
Yeah.
So it's just like having these available to doing an older person's party.
Correct.
It's just going to
And
help.
it organizes it for you.
Yes.
Crate Hackers is probably crying right now because I'm looking at this, and these types of things are what basically do that work for you, where you're like, where I can just go and type in Yacht Rock, right? Because I hate playing Yacht Rock parties. Sorry,
I love Yacht Rock. Give me some little Hall Notes.
God, I mean, I'm cool with Hall Notes.
For that.
Yeah, no, that's a jam right there. No, that's my that's my shit right there. Don't get.
that.
I won't put disrespect on that track, but
Michael McDonald.
See,
King, the king.
I've had the DJ Yacht Rock parties, and Yacht Rock is just one of those, one of those things
Uncle
where
Barry
Give him the
Give me the
Barry
Barry
White voice.
go to do Barry White, go.
Never
Yeah.
The love that we have.
No, it's not deep enough. Stop playing with the people. Stop playing with the people. You know you go deeper,
I
pause.
love you.
Give them what they want.
Give them what they
way
want.
I
See,
do.
he's like, you don't want to do it. He don't want to do it right now. He don't want to do it right now. So he come back from one episode, he won't even. You living fine. We know what you do. Netix. Let's talk about what just happened. All right.
Hold on.
Wait.
But Serato was sold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh damn! That's right.
Literally, it's like a 3-part Serato part.
Yeah, I was
for
like,
30
we're
minutes
missing
of
one
Serato
more.
party. Serato party today. Who was it sold to?
So Serato was sold to a Canadian technology holding company called Tiny.
Tiny.
Yes.
Interesting.
They purchased 66% stake in the company for $66 million.
Wait. So hold on. They don't own the whole thing.
No.
Oh, see, this whole time I thought that they bought all of Serato.
No. They acquired 66% stake in the company.
So see
for
this.
66.
So this
and now
doesn't.
Serato is valued at approximately $175 million.
Okay, so to me, this doesn't mean anything.
It was like kind of more of like a
This is like a back end Wall Street move type thing.
All right, quick question for you.
go
though.
for it.
As a stock guy, is this a good move for us to buy into? Should we have bought stocks into Serato?
Welcome to
When they
Just the Tip Part 3, baby.
Yes, because if it was, I don't even know like what the ticker or like what if Serato is public or not.
I don't think
no.
they are.
I don't think they are either. But if they ever do become
Because
public,
right now it's at 70. It's at 72 cents.
so they are public.
So they're
like,
public?
No, Tiny is.
Oh, Tiny's at
Oh, so
Tiny's
then
at
yes.
72 cents.
Okay.
So yes,
So buy
I
into
would
Tiny.
buy like
So how much-
check out the charts,
So
check
how
out
much should we
everything.
buy into it?
DJs and dollars, baby. Here we go.
Like if all this because
This is not
the thing.
financial advice.
Yeah, this is
This is not
disclaimer at the
financial
bottom. We do
advice.
not
What
provide any
happens-
financial advice for you. All right.
Yeah,
If
whatever happens, happens.
If your
But
wife
I'm just
divorces you
saying.
because you put
That's why I was
200
like,
grand into Tiny, that was not our fault.
And then
here's-
Tiny went down.
If
Yeah.
Tiny goes under next year, I am so sorry, my boy.
I mean, here's the thing.
Let's stay away from the financial
All right.
conversation.
We'll talk about that later.
At least
we'll talk about that
at
over
least
dinner.
you still have your DJ controllers.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea, but definitely do your own
Okay.
research.
Yeah. Disclaimer has been would have put at the bottom for you guys. All right, C-SPAN.
Hey.
I mean, see, I see this operationally. As far as we're concerned, this doesn't mean anything. I think it was just a financial move.
Yeah.
I think Serato was
But I mean, it's still a big. It's over 50% of the company.
over half the company. Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's
Oh.
not so small.
Wait.
Wait, did I read the wrong article?
No. This company actually buys companies.
Oh, so they're in the business of buying companies.
Yes.
Oh,
So they're in the business of full or partial cash out, deal sizing from 1
They're gonna
million
flip
to
the
Right,
shit.
it's a
300
holding
million.
company,
It's a
right?
It's a
right,
holding
right.
company.
They're gonna end up flipping this purchase probably in another year. I guarantee it. That's probably how they work. So operationally, like I'm over here thinking because they got bought by somebody that there's gonna be changes on the front end of Serato, but no, I think
I
it's
don't
just a
think.
financial
Yeah,
move.
that
It's just a
that
financial
would
move.
be
Shoot, they
if,
could buy
like,
the DJ plug at this point.
yeah, if like Pioneer or like Alpha
Like
Theta
right.
would have bought Serato, that would have been what you just said.
Right,
like
then
the
then there would have been
changes
some
within
changes
the-
there,
yeah.
but this seems
holding
like
company, who
a holding.
knows?
Yeah, who knows if anything will come of it? But I think Serato's safe. I think it's good as far.
Yeah, I
as,
don't think
Yeah.
they're going to be. And then on top of it, they're not leaving. They're not leaving New Zealand.
Nah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the New Zealand still has to approve it.
Yeah, and you know how that
and
is.
I think they're going to approve it. I think they're going to approve. I don't think they're going to have a problem with it.
Nah.
Just because it's not a competitor. So
Right,
We
this is
spoke
a holding.
about this in a previous
We talked
episode.
previous
Yep.
episodes. We already
yeah,
discussed.
that was
kinda
about
talked
the Alpha
it.
Theta trying to
Yeah.
acquire it, and then M Music
Right,
got bought.
monopolies and all that. Yeah, no,
They said, no, we'll give you 66%. Give us
66%.
millions.
Let me get that real quick, and they're like, all right, here you go, DJ's money. Enjoy that. So,
Hey.
all right, cool.
Moving on to music. Ultra? was
Ultra.
just
So
around the
Ultra just
yeah.
happened. If you guys know music festival stuff, you can talk about a couple of things here. First thing we're gonna talk.
Are we starting with the trolls or are we starting
let's
with
start with
performances?
no, because some of the performances were good. Some of them were not, but some of the performances.
Are they ever good? I mean,
There's
you
some
have-
good
yeah, you
sets.
do. You
There are
have
some good sets, bro.
because
It's
didn't
just,
they do another Bright Line set again this year?
yeah, they do that every time.
Okay.
It's like promotion. We'll
Yeah.
get into that as far as like what we think about Ultra and the music festival thing as a whole now. But to start it, we have Trolls,
Yes.
which is always fun.
I think the main one, of course, Dead Mouse.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Are we gonna play the clip?
Yeah, we will. We'll put it
Okay.
right here. Yeah.
So, that Martin Garrix is an OG troll, and the fact that, so I think he brought that back because what I
Was it
noted.
London Bridges?
No, it
No,
was
it's
Mary
Old
Had a-
McDonald.
Yeah, Old
Old
McDonald.
Old
yeah.
McDonald when he's playing Animals, and if you're
Oh,
if you're
that
some
makes sense.
if you're some 18-year-old teeny bopper raver right now and you're hearing Animals because you know that song, right?
Yeah,
You're
And
expecting
you're expecting
Animal.
Animals. You're like, oh my god, he's gonna play Animals, and then Old McDonald happens. And so for us, we love this. We live
But
for
the
this.
visuals too. It wasn't just like
Yes,
the audio. The
yes.
visuals, the fact that
Visuals.
they had the visuals already with the animals popping in and having
Yeah.
their, like all that's
And he's
where it's
done
like-
that before. That troll is an OG troll that he did years ago when Big Room was a thing. And so my take on it is that just like a lot of artists playing their older music from like 2001 and on, basically. Because a lot of artists didn't play new music. Bigger artists, right? Guetta, Tiesto, Afrojack, Deadmau5, Zed. A lot of those guys, right? They didn't really do that. There was a lot of like classics happening, like
It was also like the 25th anniversary.
which is why I think
Yeah.
they were doing
That
that,
makes-
because
that
it's
makes
a
sense.
25th anniversary. And at first I was like, dang, play some new music. Like, what is
Yeah.
this? You know, like I've heard this set already. But then I realized, oh, it's the 25th anniversary. So I guess that's like the
there was
theme.
multiple things like Carl Cox had like a lot of like his he had a completely special set and
Yup,
everything.
yup,
So there was a
yup.
lot of different things that were happening other than the trolls, but the
Deadmau5
trolls.
he stays troll. And it's always like, I feel like him and James Hype are friends in real life. They have to be, bro. Because he's always trolling that man. He's always trolling James Hype. And
I mean, he ain't wrong.
he ended his set like that, bro.
That's the part.
That's the
like,
part
he
that
does
blew my
not,
mind.
like,
He gives
hey,
zero fucks.
Screw it.
Because he has enough money.
I guess so, bro. But I'm watching this, and then he was like, "Thank you, Ult," and just walked off, bro.
Well,
just
like-
walked away. I was like, "Yo, what?
I sent you guys the clip of David Guetta talking about that.
How to be?"
No, he gives respect to club DJs more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're really the ones that are really putting in that footwork in
Mm-hmm.
and that groundwork for DJs, and really producing is what gets you to becoming a EDM superstar. You know, like kind of like Mustard. Like Mustard, you know, dude was like, you know, dude at one point had everyone in the chokehold for years.
Then disappeared.
Then he disappeared. He lost weight. He working out. He got money.
Then came back like the
And
Avatar,
then he
bro.
came back was just like,
he did.
hold
He
my
really
beer
did.
real quick. We're
Feel
gonna
like that
drop
new
this
Kendrick album?
track.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this whole entire album.
Yep.
Now we're doing Super Bowl, and it's like y'all can't even give this man really, like, you know. I granted, like,
There's a recipe.
hip hop
to that.
has Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
You know, EDM has, you know, Ultra and EDC
Tomorrow
and Coachella.
and
It's
all
around
that
all
stuff,
those.
Do you think there's
But-
more EDM festivals than hip hop festivals?
Way more.
It's
It's
a lot
way
more worldwide, I think.
Yeah,
than
way
electronic
more.
Scene.
But
Yeah.
Rolling, like, you know, but the thing about it is kind of like,
Not that hip hop isn't, by all
no,
means. Right,
no, you're not saying
right.
that. It's just, you
The
know,
festival circuit itself in the
it's,
genre of
it's
hip hop.
safe. Let's just say that one. It's
Yes.
the safe. But I mean, you know, you have Do Over. You know, have those type of parties like Do Over or R&B and Ribs. And, you know, hopefully those will go into, you know, into festivals, type
Festival
of styles.
stages,
You know what I
right,
mean? You know, like Dreamville just had their last one last weekend.
Yeah, Dreamville's blowing up.
And
Dreamville's
and
the
like
thing.
and,
Yeah.
and J. Cole like announced like, hey, you know, a lot of y'all were walking around. I'm walking around, and y'all like, yo, this can't be the last one. Like da da da, because they literally only did 4,
Yeah, it's a young festival.
and it's so much that goes into it that the people don't understand between, and it's not just the lineup, it's the permits. It's the, you know, the first responders. It's the city. It's, you know, the insurance. You know, it's not just the
behind the
lineup.
scenes.
It's all the
It's-
behind
oh,
the
yeah.
scenes
It's a
of
lot of
getting
stuff.
everything down to the T, and then you make maybe $100,000 after in profit.
Well, see, if it was that easy to throw a festival, everybody would be doing it, right? Like, if it was really that easy, we'd
Yeah.
be throwing our own festival. Shit, screw it, let's do it, right?
Hey man, they threw that R&B and Wings festival. I heard that thing. They had to
Popping,
turn,
sold
they
out.
had to turn
They turned
people
down
away.
hundreds of people
I said,
because
black
my
people-
brother tried to go.
Yeah,
Black people
tried
love
to
y'all.
win.
Love your hot
They said,
wings,
"Love
bro.
some
Y'all love
wings,
R&B
bro."
and hot wings. Y'all
Yeah.
love that shit.
I said, woo. I said, that's a good
Hey, give me some 10-piece buffalo and some Aaliyah right now.
back and forth. Going back and forth with some chicken wings.
Yeah,
with the
that you
bone.
know damn well. You just over here
You go down to the cartilage. You go down
taking
to the,
that, yeah. Like,
I don't
ain't
go
no
down to the
meat left on that
cartilage.
bone, bro.
I don't.
And
No,
then
I can't.
ain't no meat left
No,
on that
I don't-
bone in that
no.
festival.
That's why
But see-
I'm really a boneless guy.
See,
I love me
but
some
see,
more. I know.
look. So in the states of festivals, right? So you got hip hop festivals, you got EDM festivals, right? Ultra. If you're watching, so if you're just somebody who doesn't know deadmau5, right? But you know the name, you're like, oh my gosh, it's my first time seeing deadmau5. You see that. Are you gonna be pissed off? Like, yo, what the fuck was that? You know, like, this man just finished his set literally elbowing the CDJ and I look like James Hype, right? Wiki. Like, you know, is festival culture dead now or dying?
Not
now?
necessarily dead, not dying.
I think the smaller ones, like, I feel like, again, because I'm not part of it, but I see it. So I see like Breakaway. Like Breakaway is like the new Sunset.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
they haven't
they're
done-
big though. I consider Breakaway pretty. They're across the U.S. and they're selling out. I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing their thing.
I mean, they just started doing Tampa. Like right after Sunset said they weren't coming anymore.
Boom.
They weren't doing it. Breakaway
But
came
see,
right in.
they're backed by Celsius. They're backed by a brand. That's the thing. That's
Oh,
the difference.
yeah, okay.
Celsius owns that music festival.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're doing so well because they're back. They're not like a hometown grown festival like Sunset, right?
Okay.
So they've got the backing of a major brand. That's like if Coca-Cola was like, yeah, we're going to start a music festival. Of course it's going to blow up. It's Coke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is like, I've been to, I'm sure Netix too. Like I've been going to music festivals for years, since I was 17 years old, big and small. Right. And it used to be about like, you go with your crew, you ride out, you have a good time, you connect with some artists, other friends there. Sometimes you might even meet musicians. You never even know, right? You don't even know who's there. So it's just all about like having a good time, the visuals, the stage, and enjoying that vibe, right? Now, y'all saw the post about Ultra's bottle prices, right? Did y'all see that? There's a bottle package that was $500,000.
That was another troll that Deadmau5 was saying. He was calling out the people that are spending crazy money on bottles.
Right. And at one point, he's kind of not wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's kind of
putting
not
things
wrong.
into perspective.
But what does that package even get you?
You know what? I want Netix to
Put a screenshot
up,
Okay.
right?
I'll put it up.
So
you'll see it here.
You'll see it right here. All right, there's a screenshot up. Everybody take a look. This post has been going viral, right? And they have funny names for these packages too. It's not just like Moet Package 1, Moet Package 2. No, they have like
fuck you money. Went viral because it was $425,000.
And I
$425,000.
Yes, and there are people who are paying this and going there.
I need their money.
It's
like, where do they live? What do they do?
I don't know.
I don't even drink anymore. I don't even listen. $425,000.
No, that's not even the most expensive. There's another one that's called "Shut This Shit Down." $500,000.
There it is. Yep.
$500,000.
$500,000.
So $500,000. But what do I get for $500,000?
That's two of my cribs. You get. It was like 40 bottles. It was a total of 200 bottles.
200 bottles?
Total of 200 bottles, I believe. If I did the math right.
How much is 200 bottles from Total Wine?
I also did the math on this too.
Like, do I get Louis the 13th or something?
No, on God, I was bored, right? Because I didn't go to Ultra, right? I'm just watching the streams.
Let me do my research.
So I'm seeing this post on Instagram while I'm watching live streams, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just, for shits and giggles, let me just add this shit up by Total Wine, right? So I loaded my Total Wine cart with those exact bottles.
Yeah.
And in my cart, the price came out to be $46,000. And that
for those exact bottles.
Correct.
So $46,000.
And they're selling it at Ultra for $500,000.
So they
yes, $500,000.
So, okay. So let's just say it was 50,000.
All right, just to put it into actual numbers. Fuck You Money, which was $425,000, was 200 Moet Chandon Imperial Rosé. Not just anyone.
Is it the Lady Gaga one?
No, Pharrell
Okay,
Williams edition. 200 of them.
Damn.
100 Dom Perignon.
So it's 2,000 of that bottle. 200 of that bottle?
200
of that bottle.
Then you get 100 of some Dom P, and then another 100 of Dom P. One is rosé, the other
was that the one that was just champagne, right?
So that's
just Fuck You Money.
That's just
425,000.
That's just for champagne.
Ain't no fucking bottle of tequila in that package.
Of champagne.
Champagne, popping bubbly, baby.
That's
not tequila. That's not.
No, you don't get no Don Julio.
2 Moets, 100 of Dom P of Brut, and 100 Dom P of Rosé.
You must really love Pharrell to buy that package. Shout out to
you
Pharrell
must be
Williams.
happy because I wouldn't be happy.
We're very happy.
Like all the expensive ones were all like champagne.
Imagine if somebody did a chargeback on that. Like, I didn't.
Like, bro, what?
I didn't do that.
What kind of card do you have to even swipe for that, though, man? That's crazy.
Black card? Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. And so a lot of the talk around Ultra and stuff like this going around the internet and stuff like, we know bottle prices at festivals are expensive, but EDC Skydeck, right? That's like the equivalent. And not even EDC. I've seen prices like that, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, right now, the debate, right, is festival culture is clout. That's all it is now.
Yeah, it's become
It's
that.
become clout.
It's not that the festival culture is dying. It's just transition into more of a clout.
Yeah. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm in VIP.
Yeah. Da-da-da.
And not just any VIPs. Like
I spent 300 stacks to be up here. Like, it's more so, like, rather than them, and that's what Deadmau5 was talking shit about, is that you guys aren't even fucking here to watch me. You're just sitting there drinking your bottle and texting on your phone and taking pictures of your bottle. I don't hate them for it. I don't hate him for it.
I don't hate him for it either. He's
But
no
But
matter how he
that's
looks at
gonna
it,
be
he's
the
getting
difference.
paid.
A lot of people are gonna see his scrolling and not get the full meaning of the troll.
Yeah, they're gonna be
just
upset
like,
about it.
why
There's
are
a new
you
generation of ravers right now. There's a
Yeah.
whole new gen. Like these kids are all listening to John Summit and Don Dollar right now. That's like their chain smokers,
That
right?
set was pretty. The set was pretty good.
You thought so?
Man, I had a guy call
alright.
me the other day.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't like a troll set. It was.
Yeah.
No, well, I wasn't a troll set. I just feel like
It could have been better. Yeah.
yeah,
Of course.
you know, you're talking about the two hottest names, quote,
Yes.
in EDM right now, right?
Definitely could have been better.
And they closed out Ultra. You're a closer, okay?
Yeah.
So you know damn well that whole stage was flooded. Because I remember John Summit when he came to EDC Orlando, you couldn't even move in there. All right. So the both of them, and then to me, when I guess, and maybe y'all can chime in on this, right? The back-to-back, right? I've seen some back-to-back sets where the artists are actually, they have taken the time to put that set together, right? They're taking time to, let's say if me and Netix are going back-to-back for a stage, and I took some of Netix songs and actually remixed them a little bit with my own flair, and Netix maybe did the same, and then we're you know, we didn't necessarily pre-mix a set, but he's like, yo, I'm about to go into this Afro track, like we're talking to each other.
Yeah, you're communicating.
Right.
I saw the Anima back to back with Solomon, and they
Yeah.
got to a point that they were like, rock paper scissors.
Yeah, like they're just just up there like
Who
you
got
know,
the next song?
Who's got the next song, right? But the set is still going like so
Yeah.
but
Their set, I like their
right,
set.
their set was good, but then for me it was like Summit was just behind Dom, right?
Yeah.
Just like cheering him on, and then they would switch places. So that's not a back to back. That's I'm DJing with Netix.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm DJing with Dez. I'm not going
Yeah.
back to back with you. I'm just DJing.
Yeah,
with you.
I did a back to back with Alex Chang back in
What's up,
January.
Alex?
How did that go?
Yeah, it was interesting. We did a 30 for 30s.
I did a back to back with Justin, with JT.
JT.
Yeah,
Shout out to
at
JT. He's
Myth.
been on the
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
That was fun.
Hope
Yeah.
St. Louis is treating you good, bro.
Yeah, we did. I did one with Alex, and then the person who booked me, Eno, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to do a back to back with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. We'll do 30 for 30. It's cool."
I think that's fun. I think that's
Yeah.
fun. If you
Yeah.
go up, I've never
'Cause 15 I
DJed with
can't
this
do
guy
fi-
before.
yeah, yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna go up there and I'm gonna play this, and you're gonna play this.
And mind you, some back to backs is like one thing, like how you mentioned, is
Right.
prepared back to backs. Another one that you're both freestyling and just going up,
Right.
just
Yeah, just
following
going
back
off the
and
flow.
forth.
Yeah, just going off the flow.
I don't
Those
mind.
are-
I've seen
yeah.
both at
Yeah.
music festivals. I've seen like, all right, yeah, they pre-planned this, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they remix each other's tracks. Like, obviously they spend time, which is cool because it's a different B2B experience,
Yep.
right? It's still culminated.
Yeah.
Then I've seen B2Bs like that, where it's like, yo, what you about to play?
Free,
Well,
like,
you gonna play this? Are you gonna play
freestyle
this?
it all
Right?
the way
All right,
through.
screw it. I'll play it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I see B2Bs like that one where it's kind of boring, honestly. no cap. You know,
Yeah.
call me crazy, but you know,
could have definitely been better. But
I think there's a little bit. It's not a bad set. It's
Right.
just it's the hype is
You're
supposed to be the hype is
closing
one.
it out, right?
And then you have different aspects of the festival. So 25th anniversary, right? There were some
You got
surprises.
Nadia Ali that came
Surprises,
out
right,
after I don't know how
surprises.
many years.
Surprises. So if you guys are any EDM fanatics, you guys know that Nadia Ali was like a legendary vocalist back in the
Rapture.
Rapture and
Pressure.
Like
Yeah.
she was doing a lot of those really feelsy good tracks with
Alesso.
Alesso back in the day. You know the EDM.
Oh, I know that song, Pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You know
know
what I
that
mean?
song. Yeah.
That's like the EDM that we kind of.
That's like the one song I know. But
Yeah.
If you hear Rapture, you'll probably
You would know
recognize it
Rapture too.
Yeah.
You would know it. You know it. They're classics to me. They're like
I'm, you know,
2015
like-
classics.
So like this past weekend, I had to play in Tampa, and
Did you play Rapture?
I did not. So it was the women's final four.
Did you play
in
Nokia?
Tampa. I did.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, and I use DJ City edits for part 1 and part 2 for that, but that's fine.
Do you
But-
like the twerk version or do you like the 122 version better?
What do you mean?
Do you like where the fuck the function and then it slows down, or do you?
No, I actually like
baby
when it-
girl.
No, so I like
The
part
slowdown?
2. I like part 2 a lot better because I like that range of 100, like that.
Yeah, it's like a 105.
It's like 105, 106.
Yeah.
I like that part, but these DJ City edits, they split them in half. So they're hype edits that go into it. And then two different DJs, Mark Cutts and then another DJ. Mark Cutts used the iPhone ring and it goes into the 126. And then another dude did like it was like a it dialed it's dialing a call and then it's ringing, but it's like the phone ring on your end, and then it goes into like the Drake rapping or whatever, which whatever, it's cool. I don't really care. But what the point of what I was saying was, I was following up after a house DJ.
Wait, so you had to go on? That's what I was gonna say. So did you have to play the umsums?
So I did. I started. That was the thing. So that's where I'm coming at. So because like
we talking about Ultra, you know, so you gotta play the umsums.
So there's a mutual friend that was there with this particular DJ, and they were like, "Oh, so you play house music now?" And I was like, "No," and they're like, "Oh, so what are you gonna play?" And I'm like,
Rapture.
I play everything. I play everything.
Titanium.
I got some David Guetta.
I got some.
Yeah, like I play everything. Like I was like, I could play house music. I just don't play.
Do you listen to
what
Ty still?
he plays. I was like, because last time I played, I had to follow him again, like maybe like 3 weeks ago, and he started doing like Sex on Fire and like different like rock and roll house edits, and then he did the same set again to close me out, to get me like to get me in.
Is he doing that to you on purpose?
I think.
Is this the reason why you haven't named him?
No. The dude, I'm not gonna name the guy. He's a good DJ. He's
good.
He is an OG DJ at Tampa, but he's a really good DJ. But the problem
sounds like he.
The problem that I have is that because I'm supposed to start at 9:00. He brings a full set of CDJs. So it's two CDJs.
4 or 2?
No, it's 2. So two CDJs and a mixer. So he has to break that down. Then I have to put my controller out because we have to share the. So it's just long, it's just like that energy. I'm trying to keep the energy. The last time I didn't start for 30 minutes.
That's why he's got that 7-minute edit of pressure.
This time it was like 15 because I was like, hey.
No, but that breakdown and setup, it just burns so the energy down.
I was like, bro, I was like, bro, you need to get like a controller, like an XZ. He's like, I don't like the sound card on those days. And I'm like, no one cares anymore, bro. No one cares. Like
the fidelity in that sound is not what I like.
And like my whole thing is like,
it's not crispy.
The one, and I'm not trying to change like the subject that much, but it's one of the things like a lot of DJs do so much for so little money. And I'm like, you're the problem. I'm not coming into a bar bringing in extra speakers and when I can plug right into the house sound, number one, and I'm not bringing a subwoofer.
You don't want that boom boom?
If I don't have to,
they're not paying me to do that.
If I have to bring a controller and I stopped using the red one.
Netix said sticks or die.
Yeah, RX3 or SRT.
You're not using the red one no more?
No, I used to. Remember when I bought it? I was like, this is great. This is perfect. This is like
nice
a little
light.
Yeah,
cool.
but
do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I got to the point that I was like, if I have to bring equipment, I'll bring the SRT.
We can make some money off of it. I got somebody that wants to buy it, so we get it sold.
Perfect.
All right. So, listen. So to cap that up, and then I've got one more question for the both of y'all. Okay. All right. So to recap that last subject, culture's not dead; it's just changing.
Yes, it's transitioning just like every just like how the music industry transitions.
Yeah.
We saw how crazy the Latin, and it's still crazy, but how the Latin wave went. We saw how the electronic music wave has gone. We see how when hip hop has its peaks and beef battles, it's all a cycle. So it's all transitioning.
I mean, Benito was on NPR.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't understand one word, but it was really good. I actually liked it. I watched the whole thing. It was 33 minutes.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm about to beat that.
Again, from start to finish, from outside in, I ain't know one word.
It's like that's watching.
Except for one song that I play. I don't even know what the song is.
Is it Takiti?
It's not Takiti. No, he did not perform Takiti. It was everything off of this recent album.
Oh yeah, the new stuff.
He didn't play nothing old.
So did you recognize Nueva York?
It wasn't that one. It was the other one.
It was an AO. Yep.
No, it wasn't that one either.
Damn.
Ella viene por ahí.
I felt like he did a lot of like the salsa.
Yeah. Yes. Baile no viable. That's gonna be that one.
Yeah.
Those type of ones, because he did I think he did 5 songs. He talked a lot. And then like, cause in any NPR show they got to
they got to chat you up.
You got to introduce all the people that the band and everything. So that was cool. And then April Fool's NPR had Kevin Hart. So when y'all get a chance, I'm just kind of throwing that in right now. But Kevin Hart did NPR for April Fool's as Chocolate Dropper.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
minutes.
I'm not
it
doing
was
it.
hilarious. And like I was just like, this is exactly what I needed for April Fool's.
Then all right. So then on that note, to really close up our recap episode here, because you were talking about Benito. All right. Right now, hottest song in the sets. Go.
My hottest song in my sets?
Yeah, right now. Like, it's just, you already know, like, I'm going to play this, it's going to go crazy.
So what I just recently did was Hot to Go into YMCA into APT.
What the hell?
It went off.
What the hot to YMCA are you talking about, bro?
It was HOTT.
Oh, we got to hear that shit.
And then I looped the HOTT
to the Y, to the
HOTT.
I bet you all of
oh
man, the gringos must have loved that shit. Where were you? Where were you? A country club?
Lower Deck.
You at a country club?
No, I was at Lower Deck.
Man, it sounded like he was playing for the pool party at 11 a.m.
The YMCA I used as an acapella out, so I went into APT, the apartment song.
Of course, you took this question to a whole different level.
But then after that,
he didn't just go one
say
song.
right now on the charts, this is the song. This is what the fuck I did.
But then right after that, I went to Where She Go with Bad Bunny.
Hey.
So because it all
there was some Benito in there.
It was Benito, yeah. Because it's all 75, 130 to 140 to 75.
Oh
whatever.
man,
if you know your BPMs, you know your BPMs. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah. What about you?
Right now, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but it's definitely, and it sounds crazy because for a while we're like, yo, is Drake dead? Is Drake dead? Is he dead? Mm-hmm. Nah, Nokia right now is it. Both versions.
Yeah, but I can't DJ with that terrible transition.
I'm gonna send you a little something that I got.
I need someone to make a better transition so my brain doesn't get mad at the.
I'm gonna send you. Like I said, I'm gonna send you a little something I got that I used this past weekend and it worked very nicely.
Okay,
all right.
Because that it's like a 5-second transition.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It
it's
is.
terrible.
It is because Drake loves putting two songs in one. That's what he does. It's what he does. But
I feel like he could make more money off of both those songs by themselves.
Separate them.
Yeah. I think they would have maybe a Nokia Part 1, Part 2.
We still got a couple minutes, but why do you guys think the artists start doing those crazy transitions?
Kanye does that. Travis does that a lot.
There's been a couple.
Yeah.
Even I think it's like,
I don't.
When you can easily do 2 tracks.
Well, here's the thing. So, even I have a student right now, and he was trying to understand how to mix certain songs because he's only been DJing for about maybe 5-6 years, and he hasn't had anyone to really fully teach him, and he's coming to me to do that. But I had to explain to him. I said, Serato number 1 isn't for the beat grid. When it does what it wants to do to figure out how the BPM works, if it doesn't get the BPM correct, it's not going to do it correctly. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure that you are beat matching the songs correctly on time.
Is that your Nokia ringing?
Yeah, it's my Nokia ringing. Yeah, my Nokia 3535.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But yeah, so, it's like, I don't understand why they do that because Travis Scott does that a lot. It'll drop from 75 to 56 or 75 and it'll go up or it's just weird. And I don't like it because it makes the job harder for us. Even there's a Bad Bunny song that does that.
Yeah.
Was it Safari?
No. There's a couple.
Safaera has. It starts off at an 85.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it goes in and then works up.
Because it goes into a reggae beat.
Well, it goes into a reggaeton beat.
Yeah.
It's a slow reggaeton when it starts, a very slow reggaeton, and then it goes up.
Yeah. It's like,
it just goes up, right?
And those, sometimes it makes sense. If you're having a little intro that is a different BPM and then it goes into the main song, cool. But
I don't mind that.
Right, but if it's you got a whole song and then you transition into another song that's completely different BPM.
Maybe I do want to go down from 126 to 105.
Yeah.
Using that song. but I can't because the transition sucks because it just stops and then
Yeah, the energy on it.
where the
it's-
function
yeah.
down, and then you're down to like the intro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, I don't know, like the producing transitions are a lot, they're good, but that was just, I feel like that one was trash.
I feel they just do it because they want to fit a certain amount of tracks on the album,
Yeah.
and so they're like, hey, we can only do
Push them in.
push them in.
But not one time did he ever talk about the phone. If you actually listen to the lyrics, not one time did he brought up the phone. That really got me too, because I was like, why did you
name of the
this
song should have been that name of the song should have been Function.
He should have been
Yeah.
Function. Yeah.
Drake, if you're listening, should have been Function, bro.
Yeah, should have been Function. I think it would have been a lot better.
For me, an open format sets has been Nokia, like in all the other like house or Afro events, or Afro house events, like Jesus Fernandez has been on my hit list of from original remixes. He's been
Seen a
putting
lot
out
of that.
fire.
Yep. Seen a lot of that.
Him, and yeah, for open format sets has been Drake.
I feel like Drake is back up top,
Yeah,
which is crazy, but is back up top. The Kendrick hype is
I think the Kendrick hype it's still there, but it's not like it's weird.
Not,
It's weird because it's like, like for me, like I'll play, like I played to play it. Like I'm not saying I'm the biggest Kendrick fan. I like a lot of older stuff of Kendrick. The newer stuff is cool, whatever.
right, older Kendrick hits.
But it's like I'm literally just playing diss tracks. It's that's kind of boring to me.
it's
like
slowly fading out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
social
that
media is
whole-
just over killing it.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
That's
Especially
what's
from the
burning
Super
it.
Bowl. It's just
Yep.
Right,
like,
it's done. It's
Yeah.
to me, it's done. Like it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we got what we needed. Super Bowl, all that shit. It's done. You know what I mean? Drake drops. I'm not saying it's a good album, but there's a couple.
it's a Lover Girls
There's
album.
a Lover Girls album, but Nokia was probably the one song on that
On the album that you could
is
play for
like
summer anthem.
like that club track,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what Drake does. And
That's all
I
you
feel
hear
like
is the girls yelling "baby girl."
yeah, right,
everywhere.
like everywhere, bro. And that's what Drake does best. Diss him or not, make a fool of me on
It's for
TV.
the
It don't
ladies.
matter, bro.
Yeah.
I have the #1 song in the country again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
If you look, it's Nokia.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, bro. That's what he does. And that's my chart talk.
That was quick.
I know.
That was quick. To the point.
Yeah, and that's my chart talk. No, I mean it is Drake. It is Drake up top Nokia.
Yeah.
So it is as far as charts go because we were talking about different types of music
Yeah.
and stuff. And it'll probably be there for a while. And I feel like that's not because it was like a collab album with
Yeah.
Party. So I feel like Drake has another album he about to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He about to
Well,
drop.
he canceled his tour. He had a world tour, and he canceled his tour like halfway through and pissed off a lot of people. So we'll see how that works out. You also saw the
This is-
picture of him throwing the
Drake
chancla at the
Yeah, that's just
at the
At the drone?
At the drone, yeah. I'm like, yo, bro, this ain't even.
that's
that
how you know
serious.
he be messing with Latinas, bro.
My boy, he had his fur up in Tampa and turned into a chancla thrower.
That-
He was burning up in Tampa with that girl. I know the girl too,
Yo.
so
Oh my
I was like, hey, you got fun with that, homie.
Listen,
Hey,
shout out to the chanclas.
so.
Shout out to the chanclas.
All right, fellas, y'all ready to wrap this up? Grab some
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, man.
I'll
Listen,
see y'all in a couple of weeks.
y'all follow the podcast if you aren't
like,
already.
comment, subscribe. YouTube.com/the DJ Plug.
Follow us.
Go to
follow
the
us.
Follow
podcast
us as
section.
well. Yep.
We're gonna make sure this is episode 9. I said by 10, we will put this on all the other platforms.
Yes.
Yes.
They'll just be up
We will.
there.
Apple Music, baby.
So it'll be on Apple Music. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on all of them.
Yep.
Just give me until 10 so we can source
Whatever
all the audio.
Listening
and then
platforms
just
are.
drop that right on there all at once.
A little bit for everybody.
Especially with all the delays that you guys are doing with me. So
It's just
is what it is.
operational.
it is what it is.
Writer's strike, man. Tell you, it's just serious. That shit's serious. But we back.
All right. Again, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Just a Tip DJ Podcast. I go by your boy DJ Dez. I got my co-host Ricky Rico and my co-host DJ Netix. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Oh.